Hi everyone, my name is Britain Cline, Ad Sales Manager, and welcome to this week's edition of Marketing Minutes by Scuba Diving Industry Magazine.
Hi, y'all. I'm William Cline, the publisher of this little venture. And if you're a dive company out there and you've got a product or service you want to tell the industry about, shoot a note to Britton or I, and we'd love to have you. So, Britton, who do we have on today?
This week's guest, we have Simon Doughty, Sales and Marketing Manager of Volivoli Beach Resort. Simon, welcome to the show.
Buller, and welcome to Fiji, everyone.
Well, thanks for joining us, Simon. I can't wait to hear about this week's guest because this is truly one of my bucket lists,
Mine
especially with
as well.
a nonstop flight out of Dallas.
Right.
I've been jonesing for this.
So cool. So, Simon, could you start off by telling us a little bit about maybe how easy it is to get to Fiji with the now Nonstop from Dallas? Maybe some tips on planning for the trip?
Sure, absolutely. So Fiji is a very easy destination to get to from North America. A lot of people who haven't been before sort of sometimes think it's a hard task, but we have direct overnight flights from quite a few locations: Los Angeles, so LAX, San Francisco, SFO, Dallas, Fort Worth, Honolulu, and just a little bit north of the border, direct non-stop flights also from Vancouver. So they're overnight flights. They're super easy. Most of them leave late in the evening, and you arrive in Fiji the very next morning before the sun rises and breakfast in paradise.
Well, that's awesome
ideal.
because
Wow.
we're actually watching the video right now. We're both going, oh my gosh, that resort looks so
Incredible.
beautiful. Tell us a little bit about what we're seeing, these accommodations and amenities and so on.
Sure. Look, we're very, very fortunate. We've got a beautiful location. We're based right on the absolute most northern tip of the main island. So once you land on your direct flight from North America, we pick you up, bring you to the resort. You essentially are there before lunch. You could even go diving before lunch if you wanted.
Oh, wow.
Wow,
That
that's
sounds
right
great.
there.
We have 33 beautiful boutique rooms and villas. We have a couple of on-site restaurants. We have 3 on-site bars. Our packages are fully inclusive of all your meal plans, diving, accommodation. So it's a little bit of luxury, to be really honest. And we're fortunate in such a beautiful part of the world.
Wow.
Definitely.
Those
Wow, my
videos, the video
gosh.
looks amazing too.
Yeah, absolutely. And, Simon, as you know, we have a lot of dive retailers, instructors, and resorts as well watching. So what sets your resort apart, and maybe what kind of experiences do you offer dive shops looking to book groups for the beginner to maybe the more advanced
That's a
divers
good
as
question.
well?
Yeah, great question. So dive groups typically is our core business. We are a dive resort. That's what we do. We're Fiji's premier dive resort. We deal with a lot of dive operators, a lot of other dive shops we partner with in the United States. And we can cater for anything from the person learning to dive for the very first time, or somebody who's a brand new diver, or maybe hasn't even dived for a few years, have had a family and they're getting back into it, right through to the most experienced divers. We cater for obviously a lot of open circuit, which is the majority of our business, typical recreational scuba. But we also are the only operator in Fiji to actively support both rebreather and side mount diving. So I have lots of O2 on site. We have SAW, left and right hand side mount valves. We've got rebreather cylinders. But our business typically is recreational with over 300 cylinders in stock as well.
Wow.
That's fantastic.
So Simon, you obviously have a big operation there. What's the maximum group size you could accommodate? We didn't really talk about this before, but I think it's a good question because if you're a dive shop out there or you're a travel seller, you need to get in touch with them. But that may be a question because some of the bigger shops will bring 30, 40 people, at a time.
Yeah, absolutely. Like right now, as I speak now, we've got a group in from the US, which is 48. We had a couple of groups go back to the US a few days ago, which were both around the 30 marks. So, we would say, depending on the bedding configuration, we could comfortably take 70 people at a time.
Wow.
But keeping in mind, we want to make sure on the boats, we're not sardined in. Our boats are big. We build them here in Fiji. They're all purpose-built for diving. And we ensure, as an example, our larger boats, which are in survey for 30 we cap it at 20 divers. So the
wow,
divers have got plenty of room. We don't want people going home going, diving was great, but I felt like I was packed in.
Right.
So, yeah, we can handle pretty much any size.
And most dive operators or dive shops that are sophisticated understand that the large capacity is important because it means you can offer services. And if you have a lot of boats, you can offer different experiences for your divers. And that's a really big deal because people contact, well, I don't want to be on a big boat with a bunch of people.
Right.
Well, yeah, you do, because then the operator could afford to have a boat just for your group, or a boat for that particular group, or a boat for that particular experience level.
Definitely.
Which I'm sure it's what you guys do.
Yeah, we have plenty of individual travelers as well. Right now, we've got about 10 clients in house who are either couples or singles. We run different boats for different people, for different groups, for different skill sets. But if you're a shop, if you're an instructor, if you're a group leader, and you're bringing your group, we will have a dedicated boat or boats for your group to get the maximum enjoyment out of coming to visit us. We have a huge array of dive sites. We've got 9 regions we dive in. And with that said, we've got well over 90 dive sites as well. So
90.
there really is something for everybody.
That's amazing.
That's incredible.
That's amazing. Well, listen, thanks for being on our show. I really appreciate it. And you're going to be in the United States in just a couple of weeks at the show in Long Beach, correct?
We're at the Long Beach Scuba Show, which is in... The dates are, I think, the 31st of this month, 31st of May, and the 1st of June.
Yeah.
So please come on down and say bulla, and say hi to us, and we would love to chat to you about getting to explore the world's healthiest reefs in Fiji.
And Volivoli's in booth 534 at the Long Beach show. So if you're a dive instructor, a dive shop on the West Coast, go to the show.
You have to go.
Even if you can't afford to take off, send some of your customers over there. Go talk to Simon. They got a great operation set up. We're going to be at 155 too, so come by and say hi to us as well. So you know what's crazy is that we're less than 190 days to the DEMA show.
We're getting closer and closer.
Oh my gosh. I know. It just seems like it's right around the corner. And I'm sure you guys have some great big plans there for the show. So come see them at the DEMA show as well. Absolutely. And we might even try to get you back on before we get to the DEMA show one more time, Simon.
That'd be fantastic. And yes, we'll be at DEMA as well. We always have a booth and we have a great time.
That's great. So, Britton, who do we got for next week?
Yes, next week we have a guest, Clay McArdle. He's the owner of Explore Ventures, for a fascinating chat about their many locations and liveaboards.
And we want to say a special thank you to Simon for being so uber patient.
Absolutely.
We had some little production issues, but you know what? It all worked out. And thanks again for your time. And hope you had breakfast. Have at least a cup of coffee, because I know it's like, 7 in the morning there, 7:30?
Yeah, it's almost 7:30 in the morning. That's fine. We are early starters, and the restaurant's pumping downstairs with guests having breakfast.
That's wonderful. That's great. Well, thanks again for being with us. And with that said, we're going to wrap our show. Come back next Monday, 1 o'clock Central, in theory. We're going to have our next guest, Clay McArdle. So thanks again, Simon.
Take care. Solatale.
That's a great show.
Okay, are we good, guys?
Almost. We're just about to go out right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we are clear.